Alright, what's going on everyone? How you do? In today's video, I'm going to review a challenge battle that I did for the sole purpose of explaining how to improve in Xenoverse. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, I'll be explaining how to improve in Xenoverse. I'm recording this after the fact. I'll just be breaking down the fight as I go along, showing the thought process that I've developed with 4 years of experience playing this game. Keep in mind that a majority of my experience is offline, but I have played some online before with this game, and I've played other games online, and the thought process is surprisingly similar. You just react a little bit differently because, again, this is offline, so I have a perfectly consistent frame rate. You are not going to have that online, obviously. So, in that case, there's just the extra factor of lag, latency, whatever you want to call it. There's always going to be a little bit of delay online. But again, I'm just going to be explaining my thought process going on as I'm doing the fight. I may or may not edit this in Video Editor, I'm not sure. I'm just watching this in Video Editor just so I have some frame of reference of what it is that I'm doing. For now, I'm kind of just screwing around, honestly. I'm not taking this seriously, just because I have no need to. Vegito can't do a ton of damage at this point because he's not super yet. But when he goes super, then I have to keep up, because the super that I gave him is much better than my own, which is yeah, you'll see that in a minute. But again, for now, I'm just going by old habits, which is not really ideal, but I'm just going by old habits because I'm not really thinking about efficiency here. I'm just messing around. So there we go. We had I do not remember the frick it's called, Solaris Fear, I believe. It's a very good ultimate by Unleashed. And here again, I'm just messing around. I shouldn't be vanishing behind him like that so much, because it's pretty easy to just get tapped and then, well, then I have to vanish again, and then it'll actually take stamina to do, which is not ideal. It's like playing a game within a game. See, here we go. Now I'm actually gonna stop messing around and take this seriously, because now he can do a significant amount of damage and take me out pretty quickly. I'm actually gonna skip Super Saiyan and go straight to Super Saiyan 2. He has Super Saiyan 2 as well, so now we're perfectly even, more or less, in terms of damage dealt. Yeah, so there we go with the ultimate. I should have been smart enough to wait a minute and then go for a stamina break instead of a smash or a heavy smash like I did. There we go. I'm never sure exactly the terminology between what is a heavy smash and what is a stamina break. So, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call a stamina break the one where you flick the joystick forwards and then press the input. And I'm going to call a heavy smash just holding down the heavy button. So in this case, vanish behind him, use a heavy stamina break, and then follow up with a heavy smash to start a combo, because like I was saying earlier, you're really playing two games here. You aren't concerning yourself with doing damage to your opponent, especially when they have more stamina with you. What you're trying to do is wear down the amount of stamina that they have without losing your own stamina. Because as soon as your opponent runs out of stamina, they can't do crap to block anything you do, and that is when you can do as much damage as possible. So like I said, you're playing a game within a game. There I go for the light stamina break, don't know why. There was no way that was going to work out. And here you can notice, as opposed to other videos, I'm spending more time dodging around Vegito instead of going through him with a vanish. Just because it's a little bit more efficient if you use the step vanish. It takes a little bit longer for you to reset before you can actually attack again. Here we go. I have a stamina break, I'm doing as much damage as I possibly can, and now I'm not pursuing. I'm trying to get him to wear down his stamina again, just like before. See, so I'm not being super offensive, I'm focusing more on defense there. I know I tried to dodge that, and I hit the input a little bit too late. I have a wireless controller, it's going to have a tiny bit of delay there. And so here, if you notice what I was doing just there, I was letting myself fall through the air. Because when you fall, you recover more stamina than if you just recover. You recover stamina a little bit quickly if you just let yourself fall back. You gain some distance from your opponent, gets you more stamina back. Again, really it's a game of keeping your stamina as high as possible, because as soon as you break your guard, you're absolutely screwed. Especially if you have as little health as I do. I'm not super concerned about how much health I have at this point, but I am thinking about the fact that he's got more health than me. I do need to be aware of the fact that he could kill me in one stamina break. Again, here I'm trying my best to not just immediately go for a back hit. I'm either putting a tiny bit of delay on it or doing it so fast that he physically cannot block it. There are some limits to what the game's code can allow you to do, especially for computers. They still have... It seems like they break the code a lot, but they really don't. They are limited in the same manner we are. I tried to vanish through that and actually go behind him for a stamina break. You'll see me do that later. But there I had to use evasive to get out of that, because the Big Bang attack, especially Vegito's Big Bang attack, it does a stupid amount of damage. It would have not killed me, but it would have gotten close. So here, again, trying to wear down his stamina. I go for a normal block, not a perfect block, because I'm watching my stamina as well. I don't want my stamina to get too low, because then if either one of us does a perfect block, well then it's whoever perfect blocks first, and that's not a really safe way to play. Especially against a computer, because computers are very unpredictable. Here I'm dropping down using the ×10 Super Kamehameha. It's just a recolor of the normal Super Kamehameha. I dropped down and used that instead because, again, to gain a tiny bit more stamina, because I was on the ground for that extra amount of time. Here, I'm trying my best to just get behind him and make him use back hits, because I know I can block a back hit very easily and very consistently. Unless I just forget how to play the game in that instance. Here we go. I knew I had to vanish behind him. That was a snap vanish, I believe. The one that takes 1 bar of stamina. I knew I had to do that because I wouldn't have been able to dodge that. I don't think I would have been able to dodge that, at least. Again, my thought process might be all wrong, but I'm explaining what I'm thinking in the moment. So here, again, I'm going to actually go back and rewatch that real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so he used a super there with a ton of cooldowns, so I know that I can go for a stamina break there to break his guard. Not a heavy smash, that's not going to do anything if they use a super, only if they're blocking or using an ultimate. So there, the Big Bang attack, I was originally planning on using a super to start a combo there, but when he used the Big Bang attack, I changed tactics and used a stamina break yet again. Finishing off with Savage Strike, because again, I'm trying to get him to use as much stamina as I possibly can, so I'm thinking ahead, make him burn stamina as fast as possible. Going for the block, I'm dodging as late as I possibly can, to try to gain as much of an advantage as I can again. Here we go, I'm going to dodge through that Big Bang attack, stamina break, can't do anything because of how much cooldown that has. Very simple, very easy strategy to follow. And now, again, we can do a ton of damage because his guard is broken. The alternate Savage Strike does more damage than the normal one, which is why I went for that there, even though there's no guarantee of it landing because he kind of was a little bit close to the ground there. Sometimes it doesn't land if they're close to the ground. There, I want to point that out real quick. That was really stupid of me, considering how little health I have. Let's go back and watch that again. Okay, so here I go for a heavy, I believe it's what you refer to as a light ult with the heavy charge. Press the light attack button once and then hold the heavy button for that second attack. That was really stupid of me because of how much stamina he has. Again, I'm trying to keep my stamina up because I'm not too concerned about how much health I have, but I am keeping track of that. I'm not worried about it, but I'm keeping track of it just in case, because if this Spirit Sword would fully land, I would be quite dead. So here, let's watch that. I immediately use an evasive because I know if I do it fast enough, I can smash through that, which I just did. And now, once again, I can use this opportunity to rack up as much damage as I possibly can. So we're going to go for the Savage Strike, then I believe I'm going to go for the knockback into a alternate Savage Strike. Yes, I do. Looking very good. Now I'm trying my best not to vanish through him or step vanish through him like that, but it is just an old habit. There I'm doing it, but I'm doing it here to try to get behind him to make a use and back it. I can do that a little bit more effectively than dodging. If you dodge around him, sometimes you can go a little bit too far, and it's a little bit more unpredictable when you try blocking the back hit. Here, once again, falling into old habits, and I get my butt kicked for it. And that's good. It reminds me, like, here I'm thinking, oh shoot, I should stop doing that, right? So now I did it there, trying to get it behind him, and I purposefully reset there. I'm going to go back and watch that again. I purposefully reset there, specifically because I knew that I vanished through him, that I step vanished through him like that, and he would have a tendency to block that, and I don't want him to block that, because if he blocks the first hit, just because of the way my specific combo string is set up, I know that if he blocks the first hit, he can perfect block the second hit. Now I am a little bit concerned about how much health I have. Right, so vanish through him, delaying the back hit a tiny bit, just because I don't want to go as fast as possible, because at this point he could still block that. Again, just trying to wear down his stamina. I've done a good enough job so far. There I got extremely lucky with the back hit. He happened to block, and he didn't perfect block, which is why that broke his guard. And so here, I'm going to limit burst, and that is game. And I didn't have to go above Super Saiyan 2 for that. So there, I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary on my own fight, just walking through exactly what it is I'm thinking in these moments, because sometimes you go through it a little bit too quickly to really point out, you know, what's going on, how am I thinking that allows me to succeed in a challenge like this, whereas someone else wouldn't necessarily, right? It's because my thought process is tailored more around getting rid of their stamina. I'm going for pokes instead of just going for full combos, because if you go for full combos expecting to be able to land full combos when they still have stamina, they're going to dodge behind you, and you're not going to be expecting it, because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to land this whole combo, right? So you're not expecting them to vanish behind, but that is how you need to play the game if you want to improve in it. You need to remember the fact that you are actually playing two games at the same time. One of them is dealing stamina damage, and the other is dealing actual damage once their stamina is gone. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.